yeah. Even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like, yeah. When I give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like, yeah. Just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me?
To the vlog, I did a long workout this morning. Well, not long, but it's like a regular workout. I don't know why I said long. And I did it with my friend Clarissa, and then we went to Magnolia Lane, which you guys already saw, and I picked up the piece that I'm so excited is finally in our house. It was a pain to get in because it is not only heavy, but like the doors swing out, and really, we probably could have taken the doors off, but like just taking off doors and putting back on doors is such a pain. But let me show you guys how it looks. It's so cute. I love how it's like all turned out now that it's in the house. This is what it looks like. I love how it looks. It's just so vintage and unique, and I just think that it's really cool. I also like how it kind of fits well with the new rug. You can definitely see there's a lot of like headspace up here, and I plan on putting like a whole gallery wall, which I ended up buying lots of pictures at Magnolia Lane to put up there. And then I just added some books, and I put green books, white books, and yellow books. So there's like all different colors, and I just thought that would look nice. And then this plant is real, and this plant is fake. And then I added like a little patchouli candle. Smells like tobacco, and I feel like it just adds really nicely with like the wood vintage vibe. There are a couple cool things about this piece. So it was actually found in a flip that someone was doing, and they had a huge mirror above it, and someone literally bought the mirror the day that they brought it back in. But the drawers are really nice. They're sturdy. This right here is missing a little knob, but I actually have it. She gave it to me. But I bought this like literally a day, I think it was a day or a day after they got this piece. And then I put my laptop in there for now because it normally sits on our little like TV stand, but you can hear it creaking. It's just like, I love how like vintage it is. It has these little like cherubs on here. It's beautiful. I love the legs on it. It's so funny that like this is literally something that my mom would have loved to have when we were younger. This is definitely her style, and it's so funny as I've gotten older, I really started to fall in love with literally things that she would have had in our house. Also purchased tons of pictures from Magnolia Lane, and I purchased them because I'm gonna put them, one of them is gonna go into the hutch, which I showed you guys the other day that I ended up like fixing up, and then the rest are gonna go around the TV. We got a frame TV, so I'm gonna buy the frame today. And we're gonna hang our Samsung like TV on the wall, and then put a bunch of like gold frames around it. So it's gonna have that very like vintagey type of style. I just think that that's like such a cool timeless style. But let me show you guys some of the pictures that I got. They're absolutely beautiful. And the pictures from the other day are still in this box, but I bought this one. It's new. This is the one I think that I'm gonna put into the hutch. And then I bought this one. You'll see it better once it's like actually hung up. We'll probably get them hung up hopefully this week whenever we hang the TV. But this is the fountains, and it says it's by Hubert Robert. And then this one is like, it looks like a mermaid or something, but you can only see like the top of her head. I just thought it was cool. And then I have two empty frames, which I don't want to show you the larger one, but this is a small one, and those will just hang. And then I also want to buy like 1 or 2 frames that I can actually put like a picture of me and Brady in, maybe, depending on how it looks. I'm not sure how it'll look with like this, maybe like a black and white picture. Really hoping that this picture I bought fits in here. I don't know if it will or not. If it doesn't, I can always lift these shelves, but I really don't want to have to do that. I put this in here last night, but I don't know if it's gonna fit now with this picture I'm about to put in here. So we'll see. Just pick it up. Oh, it looks like it might be a little big. Let's see. Oh my God, it's perfect. Wow, oh my gosh, that is so cute. Love it. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Okay, I moved everything around literally in like 2 seconds because I want to put this in here. I just think it's like, it gives me that like old-timey vibe, and obviously I can still use all of these things. It's just a nicer place to display the things that are a little bit more expensive. Like these bowls are not cheap. Like those cups are literally like $75 a cup. They're beautiful. So like I obviously want to put them out. They have like this gold rim around the outside. They have this like bottom, like that sterling check color, just really pretty. So I want to display them. And I think that this is exactly how I want it to be displayed. It looks really good. I love how it turned out.
Straight cruising, headed for a bruising, watching out for number one.
I decided to come downtown because it's such a nice day and the sun is shining for once. I have my little picnic like blanket thing, and it's like 50 degrees out, so I'm coming to soak that in. It is pretty deserted and empty down here, which is honestly my favorite because then I get the whole space to myself. So I'm just gonna like play some music. I brought some food and just like relax on this Sunday. I think it's so nice to come down here. I thought about going by the water, but I thought that might be a little too cold, so I feel like coming down here is the better idea. I wish that I could sit in the grass instead of sit like on the pavement, but this is as good as it gets, so this is what we're gonna work with today. The grass is a little bit wet, so I can't really sit there for real, but I want to show you guys what I brought. I brought 2 books out here. I brought Losing Hope, which is a book I'm about halfway through, and then I also brought Make a Scene, which is another book that looks like so cute. And then I brought this Poppy. I normally drink Olipop, which I have at home, but so many of you guys said I should try Poppy. I've tried it before, but I just still think Olipop is better, but I figured I'd bring it just to try. Also brought this radio. It's from the book Love Radio. And they sent it to me when they sent me the book, and I just think it's so cute. I love like bookish type like merch stuff. And then I also brought some blueberries. I feel like I'm gonna turn into a berry if I eat all of these, but I want to have something to munch on while I read my books. Reading this book is making me want to read Hopeless again, and I actually bought it. I can't remember if I told you guys or not. It's probably gonna be in one of my next hauls, but Hopeless was my literal first book that I ever read by Colleen Hoover, and I haven't read any of her books in a while, and I think it's just because I wanted to like branch out and like read more like authors and stuff. She's literally one of my favorite authors though, and I forget how like her books literally grab you. And I've been reading today and I'm already halfway through, and I'm definitely gonna finish this today. And I brought another book obviously to start, but now I want to read Hopeless, which I rarely want to read books again. And I, at the time, wasn't like rating books, so I kind of want to see like if old Shawnaci has the same taste in books that like new Shawnaci, like present Shawnaci has. I also recently bought a book called Eleanor and Park. It hasn't come in yet, but it was also one of my favorites from back in the day, literally when I was in like early high school, and I just loved it. It was like such a good book. So that's another book that I'm gonna read again, and I'm hoping it lives up to hopefully it lives up to the hype of the books, like my favorite books, because obviously it was a long time ago that I read it, but I'm hoping that it's still just as good.
But it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
I got some good stuff in the record store, so I want to show you guys what I brought home. I also have some packages from Amazon at home, so I'm gonna probably show you guys that when I get back. I've had the best time today, just like chilling and reading, reading outside and reading in the library, looking around the library. I feel like I always get really good recs from the library. Like a lot of you guys will ask like, where do you find like good books to read? And I will literally just like browse around the library and like look at their new releases. And so yeah, anyway, the first thing that I got is this record. It's called Champagne, Candlelight, and Kisses. And it says, this music is to enhance a perfect evening with two people in love. Music that's as enticing as kisses, as romantic as candlelight, and as refreshing and tasteful as fine champagne. One thing that I think that's cool about records is a lot of these records, I would never like go to Target or like Walmart or like wherever and just like randomly grab a CD by someone I don't know, but literally a record, I will pick it up and bring it home even if I've like never heard it. Sometimes I'll play it on like Spotify just to like make sure I like it, but these are only $1, so I think it's a really great price because these are like the older records. I also got this Beethoven record because I like to play classical music, and a lot of the time I just play it on my phone, so I figured like a better way to play music and romanticize the moment, I feel, is records. So I'm gonna play that probably like during the day when I like work or something. Then I also got this Dean Martin record, and this reminds me so much of my childhood because my mom always had a record player, and I would always be like, oh my gosh, she's playing like old music, like why can't we ever play anything new? And now I get it. Like I understand like why, I don't know, there's just something about older music that is just very nostalgic, and maybe like her parents played it, or maybe some of the songs she played were during like her younger years, I don't know, but a lot of this music really resonates with me because I grew up with it. And then the last thing that I got is the best of the big band singers, and this has like Doris Day, Frank Sinatra, just a lot of like very well-known big band like orchestras and stuff, and I like to play this as well. Pretty much all the records I have are like that, like big band type stuff. And it's so funny that I literally am like, I'm becoming my like mother. Like there's so many things, like my style of like home decor, and someone actually DM'd me the other day and asked and they were like, where do you think that your style of home decor came from, and like why do you think it's changed so much? And honestly, I feel like the more I go back to like my roots of like who I am as a kid, or like things that are nostalgic to me, it always leads back to like my siblings or family or mom or dad. And like the way I have been decorating our home is very nostalgic to how our home looked when I was a kid. Like we had a lot of like antique furniture every year, multiple times a year. We would go to like this antique store whenever we went on our family vacations. We had like a timeshare in Missouri, and then like very, very north Illinois, like kind of past Chicago, like up there. And we would always go to this antique store, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like we're bringing back so much like stuff. And now I literally am like, I want to go to the antique store. I want to ask my mom like the name of that antique store and drive up there, because like there was so much good stuff in there. It was a huge antique store, and just things like that are so funny because I kind of like dreaded it as a kid, or I thought it was like cringy and like why can't we have like newer stuff, not realizing that antiques are expensive, and antiques are like things that you can't replicate. And like we had so much of that stuff in our home growing up. And like the fact that like my parents would play records in the house, and they would play it with like a crackling fireplace. Our house was built in 1876, so you know, it just kind of like fit the mood of the home. And I was just like, oh my god, like why can't we have modern things, you know? Like for one, what a brat, but also I just feel so grateful to have grown up with that like perspective, and like have those memories to look back on for nostalgia, because now whenever I'm buying like music like this, or I'm buying antiques, it reminds me so much of my childhood, and it gives me like a warm, fuzzy, happy feeling. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna head home. I do have some Amazon packages that I want to show you guys, so I'll probably show you guys those whenever we get back. Just got home and Brady put these chairs together, and they look so nice. There's 2 more. He surprised me by putting these together because honestly, I kept saying we needed to get them put together, but I just like kept putting it off because I just don't like doing anything where I have to like put things together or like, I don't know, tinker with small stuff. And they look so good. I wanted these to have brown backs because I feel like if I had had a black like back to the chair or gold or like even like silver or something, it wouldn't match our brown decor in the dining room. So I really was looking for that, but it had to be a certain type of brown wood, which is hard to find because I feel like a lot of wood is redwood. I will link these below. And then these are a like fabric, so I am like going to have to be very conscious of this that we don't like spill anything on it, but I can't imagine us like, we'll use these, but I don't think we'll be like sitting here for like dinner and stuff. And there's 2 more and the other 2 will go right here. So yeah, I love how these look. They're a great size, great shape, and I think they match the kitchen really well, and it just looks like perfect in here with them in the kitchen. I'm gonna open everything that I got from Amazon. I think there's, oh no, these are all Amazon boxes. I'm pretty sure these are books. Yeah, so the first one I got is Long Shot. The first book. I got this because I own Hookshot and I like heard Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan was good, and you guys know that Before I Let Go is one of the, well, is the first 5-star like read that I read this year. So I wanted to read another one of hers. That was my first book ever that I read of Kennedy Ryan. So I wanted to read another one of hers, and I heard Hookshot was good. So I got Hookshot, haven't read it yet, but it was like, it's on my TBR, like very high up. And then I like realized that Hookshot is in the Hoop series. So Hookshot is the second book, Long Shot is the first book. So I was like, okay, I gotta buy this, but I didn't buy the whole series because I literally don't even know if I like the series or not. But I've heard so many good things about it. These books are thick though. Like, this is almost 400 pages, but you guys can see that the size of this book is like a hardcover size. So, I mean, it better be good, let's just say that. And then, what did I get in this box? I wonder if these are all books, actually. These might be, to be honest. Okay, so these, this is turning into a book haul. So I bought both of these books because in my last, was it my last vlog or was it this vlog? I can't remember. I think it's actually this vlog now that I think of it. I bought the book, what's it called? I literally can't even think of the name, but it's the 3rd book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, and I didn't know that it was the 3rd book. So when I bought it, I was really excited to read it because it's like gone viral on TikTok and there's tons and tons of dialogue in it. So I was like, this is gonna be great. Couldn't even read it. So I had to buy 1 and 2, which I guess I didn't have to. I could have returned 3 and then bought number 1, but they only have number 1 online. They don't have number 1 in store. So I would have had to return the book in store to Barnes & Noble and then buy it online. I was just like, you know what? Let me just buy it. Let me just read it, whatever. I've heard great things. I've heard no one say that this book is bad. So many of you guys have DM'd me, have like commented and said like, I need to read this series. And I mean, who doesn't want to read about like rich people? Which is another reason why I actually got Magnolia Parks, because Magnolia Parks is supposed to be about like Gossip Girl vibes, and I really like to like read books like that. It's just cool to see like, I don't know, how the author creates all these like crazy scenarios, because like they have like helicopters and like jets and stuff. I don't know, I think it's cool. I also got, no! Oh, no! Oh my gosh! I literally bought this book because I wanted the original cover. That's so annoying. Because I could have bought this in Barnes & Noble. This is so annoying. So I already own this book, but I have no idea where it is. And I will let people borrow my books, and sometimes like they don't give them back. Like someone right now has It Ends With Us, which honestly if I don't get that back, then like whatever. But I think I know who has it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll ask like if it gets, you know, to be too long, but I think that I know who has that one. And then someone else one of my friends has 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is a book I actually want back. And I'm not quite sure who has that one, but I have a guess, like between 2 people. But I loan out books a lot, which is fine because usually I don't reread them unless they're a 5-star read. But I read Hopeless for the first time, the first time ever. When was it? 2013. It was my first Colleen Hoover book I'd ever read. Incredible book. And I just was like, I need to read it again because I don't even remember if, like, I remember feeling like I loved the book a lot, but I don't know if I would still love it now, like as a 3rd-year-old. So I bought it, but I bought it on Amazon because on Amazon it said it had the original cover. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna buy the original cover. Freaking gave me the new edition cover. So whatever, I might go and look in my basement. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna go and look down there. There's a lot of boxes, but I might have it in the basement. But I remember like a couple months ago bringing up all the books that I could find down there, but I feel like it's down there. Like I don't think anyone's borrowing that book. I think there's like 1 or 2 boxes of books, like books I've already read downstairs, and they're not on my shelf yet. And I remember seeing that book when we moved in the box, so I know it's here, or if it's not here, someone borrowed it, but I don't think someone borrowed it because I don't remember bringing it upstairs. I just want the original cover. That's all I care about. I think the original cover is very nostalgic because it was my first Colleen Hoover book. I remember letting my friend Josie read it after I got done because it was that good. But I'm actually thinking about reading this because I'm almost done with Losing Hope, and I want to compare Hopeless to like like my old self, pretty much. Like I don't really remember a lot of books that I love, but I remember loving Hopeless. I remember loving Eleanor and Park. I remember loving Marcus Kozak's, I think that's his name, his books, like The Messenger and stuff like that. So there's some books I want to pick up again and read over again just to like see if I still love them, but Hopeless was one of them. So I might read this, but I kind of feel weird because I have a huge TBR. I'm like, I'm really gonna read the same book over again. And then I also got the final revival of Opal and Neve. And one of you guys actually commented on my last YouTube video and said that I needed to buy this book if I like Daisy Jones and the Six. And this literally looks the exact same. Like it's written like someone's giving interviews, which I wonder when this book was written, because I always wonder like if writers will like take people's ideas and like use them as their own, like then like that book becomes popular. I don't know. But this, yeah, it's about a Black punk artist during the early 70s, and it has that same like vibe, like up and coming, giving like an interview style. So that, and then this last package, I don't know what this one is. I'm gonna open it together. I'm glad I have this box cutter because for a long time I was trying to open these without a box cutter, and it is not easy to do. So thank you, whoever told me to get that. Oh, okay, I remember buying this. I ordered some more Boost tablets because we are like completely out of these. I did not know that I ordered 2 of them, but I ordered the Hydrate tablets because we're out of them, and we like to drink these when we feel like we need a little bit of extra hydration. These are vitamins. I talked about these like in my morning routine video, but these are vitamins that you just drop into your drink, and they kind of are like if you ever had like Airborne, they kind of have that like vibe where you just drop it into your water, it dissolves, you drink the drink, and it tastes like juice. This one tastes like fruit punch. So yeah, I got 2 of them. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. There'll be a book video on, I think, Thursday, and it should be a good one. I'm not sure how long it'll be, but it'll definitely be a good one. I'm really excited for it. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday.